Good morning, you listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. I'm at Domotex in Hanover, and I'm in the Balta space with Tom Debusschere, the CEO, and Richard French, the Vice President of Global Sales and Marketing with Bentley Mills. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Excellent. Hi.
Great, Kemp. Thank you.
A little background. Most people know Balta, the largest producer of carpet in Europe. Here in a major space, this show's been reformatted, so we're in Hall 11. You used to be in Hall 5, but you continue to bring a large crowd here. Let me start with you, Tom. Most people know also that last year you went public, still partially owned by Lone Star. So how have things been going so far, Tom?
Well, 2017 has been a good year overall, although quite mixed. H1 was simply fantastic. Second half year was a little more difficult, but overall we've still shown growth in 2017, and we're quite confident going into 2018.
Mm-hmm. And annual sales roughly, about $800 million US, right?
Yeah, we will release our numbers on March 1st, but let's say that we're over $800 million.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, and an introduction to you, Richard, you're no stranger to the flooring market. You've spent many years at Interface, right?
That's correct. 21 years at Interface, 30 years in the industry.
And at this show here, you're debuting Bentley Mills, the brand name, is here for the first time, right?
That's correct. The global market is familiar with Bentley through our global accounts as we ship product around the world following mainly U.S. companies. This is the first time that we're introducing it to the global distribution market through our Modulus brand.
So Bentley, it's no stranger if you look back at the history. Bentley was owned by Interface, another big company, publicly traded. Then they went out on their own private equity, now back owned as a division of another publicly traded company. But the equation's a little different now because in the past, Interface and Bentley a little bit competitive toward each other. And in this situation, Modulus, the brand here with Balta and Bentley, are more cooperative. Would you say that?
I think that's fair. I mean, what Ralph Grogan and Jim Harley have done over the last 5 years to grow the Bentley brand and basically reintroduce the Bentley brand in the U.S. market has been nothing short of phenomenal, so they deserve a lot of credit. The way Modulus and Bentley will work together, the styling is a little different and the price points are a little different, so they're going to dovetail quite nicely. So instead of being competitive, it's going to be, we hope, a 1 + 1 = 3.
Yeah. Actually, the products are completely different. Most of the Modulus products are a flat weave, but they're both in a modular format. And right?
Correct. All modular. Bentley still has some broad loom, but Modulus is 100% modular. The flat weaves have been highly consumable in the United States, specifically on the coast, and we expect to see that continue.
Mm-hmm. So how are sales going with Bentley in 17?
17 was the 5th consecutive year of growth. Not a lot of people growing, not a lot of companies growing in the soft surface market, but we've fortunately been able to continue, and we expect 18 to continue that trend.
So this market, Tom, tell me, is probably a crossover, both commercial and residential, for the European market, right?
Yes, we're showing novelties within residential, obviously also in commercial, and truly this is a world show. Mm-hmm. So 1 minute you're talking to your distributor of New Zealand, the other minute the one in Chile, and that's what I think the Balta Group is bringing to Bentley, is now a global presence, a global exposure. So we can now export out of our mill in LA. We can export worldwide and service anything in terms of orders. You actually just changed and moved your distribution center in the eastern U.S. to Rome, Georgia recently, right? Yes, that's for our rugs division. So we have a sizable rugs division. We opened our new distribution center in Rome, which is going to service our growth for the years to come, but also, most importantly, now also is ready to service our customers in their e-commerce.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So is there anything that you're introducing new at the show here for the Domotex show?
Well, in any division we have new products, also new technologies and new innovations. I think a notable one in rugs is a reversible in-outdoor carpet, which we now make at price points that are highly competitive and ready to be sold in retail outlets across the world.
Mm-hmm. And you make products with all different fiber types, right? Both natural and synthetic?
Actually, we don't. Balta is for about 95% synthetic. Polypropylene, polyamide, and now also polyester. We still have some broad loom in wool, but in Europe for the residential market that's a declining segment, so we don't invest quite as much in wool anymore.
You know, it's no secret in the U.S. that the overall carpet market has been declining slightly with more popularity with hard surface. What's going on what's your view of what's going on in the global market with carpet versus hard surface?
That's been a trend globally. Obviously, Anglo-Saxon countries have always had a consumer preference towards soft flooring, which is now waning. We also see this in the UK a little bit. However, obviously every hard floor eventually gets a rug on it.
That's right.
Especially in residential, so we're quite hedged against that. Also, our commercial business is doing quite well with Bentley and Modulus because obviously in larger office spaces, the best solution for good acoustics is and remains carpet.
You know what the old saying is that a hard surface flooring makes a great frame for a rug, right?
I'll remember that one.
So, Richard, you taking this role, leadership in both sales and marketing with Bentley, do you move to the West Coast or where will you live?
I will stay in Atlanta for now. The chances to move to the West Coast are certainly possible in the future, but for now, the family and I are going to stay in Atlanta.
Okay, and are you working on some exciting things for launch at NeoCon in 18?
We have some great new things at NeoCon. We've bought some new tuffing technology that Todd's doing a great job of developing product on, so we're really excited about NeoCon.
All right, great, guys. Good to spend time with you again. Been talking to Tom Debusschere, the CEO of Balta, and Richard French, the Vice President of Global Sales and Marketing with Bentley Mills, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.